Okay, just a couple of film photos, but we did get them developed here at the darkroom. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wolfpack. I got a couple of photos that were developed from my film camera today, so I wanted to tell you all about them. Only a couple of pictures because I just wanted to play test this film camera that I've been using for quite some time now. It is the third time I have developed some pictures, so it's pretty interesting so far. And let's break down the setup first. So what I have been using for the past year or so is the Leica M3. And this is a really nice film camera that came out in 1952, but the one that I have actually got refurnished. Is refurnished the right word? All the black paint has been kind of retouched and everything. There's even gold line. Normally doesn't come with like all these gold lettering and everything, but I got it from an eBay seller that actually specializes on restoring old cameras. And I really wanted this Leica M3. And I also got, for the lens, I also got a 50mm lens. It is the Leica Summicron F2. I wanted a faster lens because I love having a fast aperture and something that will get really nice depth and bokeh and everything. Although, as you'll see in the pictures shortly, I didn't take advantage of the F2 too much because I was shooting outside for a lot of them. So when you shoot outside, the thing is, it's super bright, right? If you're trying to shoot at F2. So I don't know if there's an ND filter made for analog cameras or if I just have to shoot like way slower when I'm outside, or just like shoot when it's like right during evening. It's probably the best time for me to be shooting anyway. So that's my lovely little film setup. And then bringing it back, it's kind of funny for me to say bringing it back when so many of us were born. I know because I can see the audience demographic. So many of us were born in the 90s and before. So this is the very first photo. This is when I was working on Hero Forge and it is just stunning. Looking at this photo, I don't think I missed the shot because I was focusing here on the miniatures. So if you look closely, the pad right here for the table is a little bit overexposed. However, I did get the miniatures pretty sharp and also shows the tablet of like a Lightroom photo that I was editing. And this is just pretty much a lot of the Hero Forge miniature setup on the new counselor table. So I was really happy with this one. I think this one turned out very nice. And there were three lights. There was a light at the table, there was a light above, and then there was a light below. So those are the three light sources for shooting this particular shot. And this was, I think this is also at f2. So this was one of the rare times I can shoot at that fast aperture. And if you don't know, how a rangefinder camera works is you look through this little viewfinder and it's kind of hard for you to see. And again, I'm like new to film photography here, so bear with me. But basically there are two pictures and you need to make sure those two pictures are lined up together. So if I were to point my camera here, I actually see the screen on the left side over here and the actual screen here. So you see an actual image and you see the superimposed image. Once you get them lined up, that's when you know that the photo is in focus. So then, looking at the second photo over here, this one, oh my goodness, I think this is the one I was the most happiest with because focus is spot on the miniatures. I just love everything about this photo. And this is how it came out. So everything super tack sharp, just a beautiful, I love how warm the colors are. This is shot on a Portra 400 film roll. So that's like the bougie film roll that is supposed to replicate really natural skin tones. And I'll show you some other photos here that I brought for a wedding. But Portra 400, from what I've seen so far, is really good at capturing natural skin tones. And what you see here is pretty much like spot on for color rendition. It's very warm, it's very rustic, and I just love how it shows modern board games in an old school light, if that makes sense. Now this one I completely failed in, which is hilarious. I don't even know what I was focusing at. For me, like I think I was focusing in on the tower, but I completely missed it. And it just turned out super blurry. From far away it looks okay, but the closer you get, you see that, oh shoot, I missed every single focus point, so it's not in focus at all. But this is for Return to Dark Tower. And yeah, this one did turn out so well, but the color still looks really nice. And then to show you some skin tones, here's some of my friends, Claire and Reams, who I've shown on the channel several times already. This is for a game day. And they look so good here. This was right before we were playing Harvest, very first game of the day. Also got some boba too, so this is a fun shot. And then surprisingly, that's it for all my board game shoots. I haven't brought it on set a few times yet just because we're always so strapped for time. So I don't even bother bringing my film camera because we just never have time, ever. But I do want to be a little more proactive about it and get some more film shots for that. And then before we leave today, I did want to show you some wedding pictures I shot. So this one I'll be sending off to my couple. This was spontaneous. It's interesting that I have time to shoot this for a wedding. It's interesting because for weddings, as strict as they are on time and as go as we are throughout the entire day, I always try to make some little snippets of time where I just steal my couple away for a second and get some photos that they can hopefully remember. And this was actually during a watch exchange for my couple here. So this came out beautiful. Look at their skin tones and everything. This is really natural looking colors. If I had this photo, this is something that I would want to frame and look back on. See, just a quick change in light from the sun and they are overexposed here. And what's cool about these cameras now is that instead of getting a full-on light meter, which is like a device that detects what exposure setting you should be having your camera settings on, because all the camera settings are still here. You still have your shutter speed, you still have your aperture, and your ISO is dialed into the film. That's why it's called Portra 400. But long story short, there's an app that will actually calculate it for you so you can see and hopefully don't miss and set your shutter speed to the right one that you want. So the app that I use is just called Lightmeter. And so far it is spot on accurate. Here's a really good picture to show you this. So I exposed for the skies here and just wanted the silhouette of the wedding dress, and this came out beautiful. So I love this one. You even see all the textures and the details in the foresty areas behind the dress and everything over the landscape. This ceremony was actually a Cambodian Vietnamese ceremony. So in this particular one, it was honoring the mothers here. So a super important moment, definitely one that would fit perfectly for a film camera shot. And yeah, lastly, here's one of their wedding cake for that day. A little bit dark for the cake. I wish I had put a light on there, but again, just trying to figure this out. So that's it. So that's it for the film photos. I think the next set, I've tried color already 3 times, and I think I want to load up some black and white pictures, because then that is like the classic analog type film cameras. It's one thing to edit your photos in black and white, but it's another thing completely to shoot actually in black and white. So that's something that I have been dreaming of for a long time, and I want to get on it now since we got to play with color photos for 3 sets now. So next round will be some color photos. I don't think I'm going to bring this to Gen Con. There's just too much going on Gen Con for me to focus in on some film pictures. But I think on the next travel shoot, if it all works out, I definitely will be shooting some more film and getting some more memories for that. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Just wanted to share some pictures with you all and see how they first turned out on the M3. So with that said, you made it to the very end, go ahead and comment memories, because that's exactly what we do here when we're taking pictures. We're capturing all these cool memories that we can look back on, and there's nothing better than that, than old school film photos. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm excited to show you some more film photos down the line, and yeah, I'll see you all next one. I'll see you all tomorrow.